I'm a 26-year-old who moved away to the city to get a job at 18. But I always used to go back for the holidays, especially for Christmas. That is until 2 years ago. I'd arrive home on Christmas Eve to find my childhood sanctuary bathed in festive lights. My parents were out doing some last-minute shopping. I was alone at home with my younger sister, Jocelyn. Jocelyn was 21 and intent on making it as a content creator. She spent all her time making videos hoping for her big break. When I arrived, she barely greeted me and quickly locked herself in her room to stream some of her stuff. She had headphones on and couldn't even hear me when I called her through her door to offer her hot chocolate. I settled by the fire, turning on the TV. But after about an hour watching Netflix, I begin to feel uncomfortable. I can't explain it, but it's like I'm being watched. I look up, thinking maybe Jocelyn has come out of her room, but that's not it. I can still hear her talking from upstairs. So instinctively, I look outside my window and see something that sends shivers down my spine. Outside, directly across the street, there's a man, dressed in a Santa Claus costume, staring. At first, I suspect a caroler and tell myself he's gonna come knock on our door. But the man doesn't move. He stands still in the night, waiting. I'm starting to feel nervous. I get up and move to the window to get a better look at him. I wave, but he doesn't react. I call Jocelyn down to get her opinion on the situation. She doesn't reply. In fact, I don't hear her anymore. I turn back to the window. The Santa is gone. Feeling a little relieved, I head down to the kitchen to get a snack. As I'm looking through the cupboards for a Christmas cookie, I hear a noise behind me. I can hear someone walking around in my living room. I want to believe it's Jocelyn, but the steps are muted, like this person is trying to lurk discreetly. I slowly turn around. The strange Santa is standing in the middle of my living room and he's holding a kitchen knife. I scream and run for the back door, downright terrified. As I rush into the street, I discover Jocelyn, phone in hand, filming me coming out of our house. I tell her to run, but she just keeps on filming. This is when I begin to realize something's off. So I stop and I turn around. The strange Santa is coming out of our house, holding up his arms in a sort of zombie walk, grunting exaggeratedly. "What the fuck is going on?" I ask Jocelyn. "Get this. This Santa creep is actually my sister's boyfriend." And while he was scaring the shit out of me, Jocelyn had been filming the entire thing. "This is going to give me so many views," she tells me, overjoyed. I'm shocked that she'd go to such lengths for some views, and I forbid her to post such a cruel, humiliating prank online. She gets mad, but her boyfriend reminds her they already have enough content anyway. That's when I realized that they'd been pulling this prank for a while. They proudly show me heartbreaking footage from 3 days ago of our elderly neighbor, a sweet old lady called Esther who used to babysit us, pissing herself off with fear at the sight of the creepy Santa. "We made a real-life horror movie," they proclaim with an insane glint in their eyes. The lights were still sparkling, but the cozy holiday feeling had turned into a creepy coldness. "Jocelyn," I tell my sister, heart in my throat, "didn't Mom tell you? Esther had a heart attack 3 days ago. She's dead. You killed her." My name is Clara. This happened to me when I was 22 years old, working as an intern in a big marketing firm in the city. I'd been working there for 4 months and things were going well enough. The holidays were fast approaching, and that meant so was the office Christmas party and Secret Santa, which I was quite excited about. On the day of the party, the office was all decked out with sparkling lights and lots of laughter. As we got ready for the Secret Santa reveal, you could feel the excitement buzzing around. My present, unlike everyone else's, was neatly wrapped with a big nice bow in a fancy-looking box. For some reason, I instantly had a bad feeling about it. So I privately unwrapped my present in a corner, away from prying eyes. My initial excitement instantly dropped. Inside the box, I discovered a delicate set of lingerie and a small card bearing the words, "Wear this tonight. Your secret admirer." I was so shocked I didn't know how to react. My first thought was to dismiss this as a prank from another intern and good friend, Layla. But she immediately swears she had nothing to do with it, leaving an uncomfortable silence that hangs in the air between us. Determined to unravel this mystery, I then approached the organizers of the Secret Santa. But before I have the chance to say anything about my gift, they apologized to me.
Your Secret Santa is Jeremy, but he's been sick with the flu. He'll give you your gift when he comes back to the office.
My heart sank when they informed me that Jeremy had been bedridden with the flu, because not only did that mean he wasn't behind my creepy gift, it also meant that I had no lead to figure out who was. My anxiety deepened and a sense of dread crept in. When I returned home that evening, hoping to unwind, things took a turn for the worst. I live in a small house in the suburbs that belonged to my parents. They hadn't been home for a couple of days, as they were visiting my older brother and his kids. So when I got home, all the lights were off. I was completely alone, except for a chilling bouquet of flowers that was waiting for me on my front porch. It was accompanied by another note signed, "Your Secret Admirer." The note instructed me to dream of him, and the silence of my usually vibrant neighborhood felt haunting. Hoping to take my mind off things, I pour myself a glass of wine and put on a Hallmark Christmas movie. But as the heroine gets ready to drop her entire career to move in with a small-town vet, my phone rings. I don't feel like talking, but I pick up without thinking. I can hear someone breathing on the other line, but not a word is said. "Hello?" I ask again. And then, a deep, creepy voice whispers into my ears, "Did you like my gift?" Panicked, I hang up. I think my heart is about to explode out of my chest. What the fuck's going on? I need to find out who this secret admirer is. Despite HR's promises to look into things, life in the office slowly turns into my own personal nightmare. By the new year, I felt downright paranoid that everyone's always watching me, whispering about me. Any one of them could be my stalker. Any one of them could corner me in an empty room at any given moment. Then, one night, as I'm finishing work alone in the open space, a silhouette suddenly materialized from the dimly lit halls, scaring the shit out of me. I let out a small sigh as I recognize one of the co-founders of the company. I smile politely, though the timing of his appearance feels off. His face is concealed in the darkness, but I can see he's sporting an ominous grin that sends involuntary shivers down my spine. What could he possibly want with me at this hour? And then, in a voice that resonated with unsettling satisfaction, he asks how I enjoyed his gifts. I can't believe what I'm hearing. The weight of his words leaves me paralyzed with shock. Did my stalker really just confess to his crimes, like the most natural thing in the world? The boss, all smiles, proceeds to ask me out to dinner. He can see my hands shaking. He knows I'm scared, and he likes it. In this moment, I know there's a very good possibility of him raping me right there at my desk. I don't know how, but I smile. Ask him to think about it, and declare, I have to go home to my parents. He watches me go from my desk with a satisfied smirk. The next day, I call the office to resign. I never went back there.